Good morning. Welcome to Educators Drinking Coffee. This is Juan Castillo, assistant principal here at Pasquotank County High School. Today I have a special guest, Coach Rashawn Spencer. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone?
Good, good. So what beverage do you have today?
No, just a little bit of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. That's about it. I mean, I had to make it myself this morning. So when I got up this morning, I just brewed a fresh cup. I mean, a whole fresh pot, so that way the wife would have them this morning. And like I said, just regular old Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, nice. Don't call it regular old because I drink plenty of that on my way home here. On my way here to school this morning, every morning.
Anything that's affordable, buddy.
It's good, good. So, Coach Spencer, this is Educators Drinking Coffee, but we always like to find out a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit how you got to be here at Pasquotank.
Well, I got here through Pasquotank. I'm formerly from my last school that I was at was Columbia High School. I was actually the athletic director, head football coach, and head basketball coach there before I got here. The opportunity presented itself. Coach Barlow reached out to me, and when he reached out to me, I took the opportunity to interview for a physical education and head football coach position. And through the grace of the higher powers, I was able to get the position. So that was awesome. I've lived in Pasquotank County for 20 years now. I went to Elizabeth City State University. I played college football there for 4 years. Was 4 years all conference. I've also played college golf there as well for 3 years. So ended up just staying here in Elizabeth City once I graduated college. I did go and play a little bit of arena ball. Ended up coming back here to Elizabeth City, coached a little bit, Curry Tuck High School. Ended up going to Columbia High School in 2006 to start teaching. I did start teaching middle school English in 2006. Taught that for a couple of years. Transitioned to high school, taught high school English 10th and 12th grade for a few years. Kind of got out of the teaching profession and jumped back into it. Continued to teach high school English until the opportunity presented itself to get into physical education. When that happened, got into physical education and never really looked back. I still do have my license to teach in English and physical education, but I choose to exhaust my physical education when I enjoy teaching physical education, getting up, getting to work out, be active.
That's awesome. That's pretty good. Actually, when I started my career in Florida, teaching at elementary school, teaching art, and when I decided to make the move here to North Carolina, teaching positions, many times like PE teaching positions, they're hard to find because people get into those positions and they stay there for a while. So I went back and I got certified in PE and Spanish too. Never got to use it, but I would tell you the exam for physical education is one of the hardest ones I had to take. People underestimate it.
Yeah.
But good. Awesome, man. So, I mean, it's crazy. Sometimes when you start your career in education or when you start your career in your case, your experience with football, where you end up, it's sometimes a little surprising, but I think somebody sometimes has a reason for getting us to where we're at right now. We may not quite understand, but that's awesome. So, I want to have you this morning here because unfortunately this year, because of the pandemic and since last year, sports has been a difficult situation. So how have you and the team has fared? What have you been trying to do during these times?
It has. You're exactly right. Talking to Coach Barlow the other day, I mean, you honestly think about it. We've been away from football for almost a year now, and it's kind of difficult. So what we did is we just tried to take the opportunity to add to our program. One of the things that I really focused on during our time off was focusing on getting us a booster club started. So we were able to get a sports-specific, which is football-specific booster club, which is called our Pasquotank County High Football Booster Club. We finally got that started to help get our parents involved, to help get the community involved, to help try to start raising some funds for these kids because we are starting to get to the point now where we need not just only things like new uniforms, but we do need new equipment. We do need to be able to support these kids when they're going to camps and things like that. We do need to get out into churches and be a part of the community as well. So it gives us an opportunity as far as the football program specifically to get out, be a part of the community, build some relationship with sponsors, and do some fundraising events where we can honestly see ourselves more than just students and athletes, but good, upstanding citizens as well.
And that's awesome, man. And I think that is so important. And I can tell you that that's such a huge difference coming from a larger city where I came from in Florida to coming to a rural North Carolina, where football, high school football plays a huge part in the community, and it's just one of those things where it's important for the kids to be part of more than just a football team, but really take an active role in the community, the other schools, because especially in our district where we only have 2 high schools, there's a lot of eyes on you, like it or not. So that's awesome that you're kind of working with that. I'm glad. Good morning, sir. We got Mr. Anderson here, doing educators drinking coffee. One of my former alumni here.
Mr. Anderson, good morning.
How are you?
Outstanding, sir. And yourself?
All right, I'm good.
Yesterday seemed a bit like a weekend, didn't it? It was kind of hard to get back today.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's our instruction coach back there, Miss McDaniels.
Good morning, Ms. McDaniels. I saw her earlier this morning.
Yeah. All right. Pescatang High School says good morning, Coach Spencer and Mr. Castillo. I assume that's Ms. Crutch. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good. Well, good. I mean, I know, you and I have had conversations where it's there's a lot of emotion attached to football, and and sometimes I know it's tough because as a football coach, you guys live and breathe that, man. I don't know, my wife had a hard time when I was a soccer coach, and I would call that part-time compared to football coaching. You guys do that 7 days a week. The off seasons, you guys don't really have an off season kind of thing because you're always again, football is such an important part that you're trying to produce. Everybody's trying to produce the best product possible in the court, on the field. But because of so much eyes are on football, I know you and your staff work tremendously to do that. So thank you for that. We have a Bridget Moore. James Moore says, good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, so tell us a little bit of some of the things now as you're trying to set up the Booster Club. Anything else going on? When does football or maybe begin some workouts again?
Okay. Yeah, we've actually started. We've already got started with a fundraiser event. So we're in the middle of a fundraiser event right now. We're doing a raffle. So we are raffling off a Yeti 35 cooler. You get the cooler included with the cooler. You get a 12-ounce cozy. You get a 16-ounce cozy, which is the metal cozies. That you slide your can in, twist the top on, and it lasts a lifetime. Keeps it cold for a lifetime as well. And then also you get the 20-ounce tumbler as well. So it comes as a package deal. It's about $350 value. Kids' parents, my parents from the booster as well, my coaches and myself as well. We've been selling tickets. Tickets are $5 a piece. Again, it's a $5 ticket for an opportunity to win $350 package. So that's one raffle that we're doing now. Our upcoming event, we're trying our best. We're going to try to do some, Big Daddies as well. And Lowe's is hopefully going to sponsor us and get us some material to do some cornhole board. And we'd like to create some personal cornhole boards and have another cornhole competition. This is something that we've had in the past. People have asked for it again. So this is just one of our fundraisers that I kind of gave over to our boosters in hopes that we can continue it on because so many people in the community like it. But we do want to build a relationship with somebody, a sponsor in the community as well. So we want to try to collaborate with Big Daddies because they do have experience with doing cornhole tournaments and stuff like that. So we're hoping to do some collaboration events with some other companies and stuff as well around Elizabeth City. Again, because a big part of us is just, trying to find that support as well because we are way out here on the north end of the city. And, sometimes we do feel like we get forgot about sometimes, so we just have to reach out to people and just remind people that we are still here, that we're a part of the community, and we want to reach out. We want to help as well. We want to be a part and be seen, at events as well. So that's one thing we're looking at. We're also looking at a whole bunch of other things to do to get out in the community. We're partnering up with some churches, getting our FCA group back together and things. It's been kind of difficult with FCA. our representative, is right out at the Outer Banks, and he does come through often. So we do have conversations, but it's just been kind of difficult getting the kids together and doing things like that. So the our FCA program is something else that we continue, that we want to continue on. That hopefully, as we slowly start to get kids back in,
That is awesome too.
continue as well.
Yeah, the FCA is something I honestly, coming from Florida, wasn't too much aware of it until I got here to Eastern North Carolina. And the great part of being on FCA is, so I'm glad you kind of had that. I appreciate you doing that. Now, Miss Bridget James Moore put on a link for Facebook. I don't know if maybe that deals anything more. How can somebody, if they're looking to maybe buy tickets, how can they get a hold of anybody? The link to the Yeti fundraiser. So she put on the link on Facebook. Cool.
Yeah, there should be a link on Facebook already.
So
Ramsdale has already, in our previous conversation, Ms. Ramsdale said she was going to link it to our school Facebook account, and I think the district page as well. So it should already be up there. If it's not, I'll double check today. If not, I'll make sure it's up there today. But there is a link with the flyer up there. On the flyer, there are two contacts. There's a contact for our booster president, Ms. Brandy White, and also our booster second vice president, Ms. Heather Hogley, as well. And if at any time that you need tickets or anybody needs to get any tickets, well, you can always reach out to me or call here to the school, and I'm always available to be able to get anybody any tickets that they need. But again, like I said, you could reach out to any player, their parent will have the ticket as well, any coach that is affiliated with the program. And again, any teacher or anybody who basically can get that contact with me as well.
hey, Ms. Gregory.
As long as you can contact me, you'll be able to get anything. So again, reach out. And again, if you can access that flyer through the district website or through our school website Facebook page, again, that flyer does have the contact numbers up there for our booster club. So again, if you cannot contact them, just reach out here to the school and I'll provide this for you.
Yeah, definitely. And, for anybody else listening, I mean, and I think Coach Spencer hit on it just a little earlier. I mean, the proceeds of that really go towards, being able to help students, with their uniforms and other stuff that directly impacts the team. So, continue to support us. I'll tell you, Coach Spencer, I need one of those football players, one of them to come and ask me. I'm one person here waiting, so remind them that we got staff members here, and that's a great first resource to utilize them for anybody fundraiser. Listen, I'll take a Yeti for $5 if I get the winning ticket. So
definitely, that's the way I look at it. I think that motivates people. Because I think it's a great product. It was donated to us. Last year we did have a small event at the beginning of our year. With the passing of Logan, and his parents continue to be involved with our program, which is
awesome.
This product was actually donated by his parents. They're also affiliated with our booster as well. So that's just awesome, to continue to keep his spirit alive here within our program. So that's one great thing. So that's one thing. I mean, we don't try to hang our fundraiser on that, but it's just great that, they continue to be involved and, he just kind of continues to keep his spirit around and keeps pushing everybody in the right direction.
Most definitely.
Hopefully next week we'll be getting into some workouts. I know you asked about some workouts and stuff. So next week we do plan on getting into some workouts Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We do want to be courteous of all the other sports that are going on right now. That's a big thing, but because everybody's trying to get started, not just me. So I do want to be courteous of other sports around as well. But we do want to try to get our time in as well. And do a little bit because again we've been away from it for a long time. And it takes a long time to put weight on, and it takes a long time to get out of shape, and it takes even longer just to try to get that weight off and get back into shape. So it's going to be a difficult process in the next couple of months. But the good part about it is, I mean, we're young, we're a young crowd. I do have a great group of young kids, sophomores and juniors, who are really adamant about getting to the weight room, working to try to get to the next level, and that's really what we're going to work with. So again, we'll take our lumps, and but we're me and my coaching staff, we're accepting of that because I mean we understand that we have the potential of getting better. It's just about what we as a coaching staff bring to the table as well. So I think this opportunity for us hasn't just been a negative; it's been a positive for us as well. Because sometimes when you have a break away from things, you miss it. It's kind of like love. You get away from your partner for a while. You get away from your wife or your girlfriend or whatever for a while. It seems like it draws you more near. It makes you love it even more. It makes you want to get back to it even more. So we're hoping that our players have that same sense. If they truly have a love for it, then hopefully that rang true. Being away from it for so long, hopefully getting that opportunity to get back, that love will drive them right back to it, and hopefully we'll have some more progress. And that's the biggest thing. We define our success in progressing every single day. So as long as we can do that. Again, our success might not happen within the next year, but we do expect, within the next couple of years, as we continue to build our program, with this young crowd, we think we're going to see some great success in the future.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And again, kudos to you guys, because it's part of it is, even as a fan, it's frustrating. I can't imagine as a coach, frustrated trying to figure out, there's key positions you're always trying to get ready for the following year, not being able to really focus on that. So now, one thing that you're actually the first teacher I've interviewed since we have started to come back this week under Plan B. So, and forgive me if I can't recall right now, but do you have any face-to-face classes?
Yes, sir. I do on Tuesdays, only on Tuesdays. I did not meet the percentage requirements for my first block class nor my third block class for having students come back. So we do still do virtual first and third block. But my second block class, I do meet with them on Tuesday, which was great. I mean, it was outstanding. I mean, the back-to-back has been great thus far. I mean, it's nice to see the kids. It seems like they're happy to be here, but at the same time, they're very humble. It's just, I guess they've been away from it for so long. Coming back, it's kind of like a scared sense. So it's developed a sense of humbleness within them. So I mean, they've come back with a different attitude, and I hope that's school-wide. And I hope it lasts. But I feel like Tuesday was my first opportunity to have kids back into the weight room. They seem like they're extremely happy to be back in here. We got a lot done. We got guys the opportunity to lift some weights and get the max out and stuff. So I think they were happy. I saw some smiles, just to get back into it. So I think it's been a great thing for the students, a great thing for the staff, just to have a little bit more to do as well, because it's kind of been getting kind of redundant around here every day where, I walk in down here in my end of the world, I'm basically the only one. So sometimes I don't turn the lights on, sometimes the lights are only on here in the weight room where I work out, and do class and everything. And everything else is like a dungeon. So it's all good. It's nice to see the lights on. It's nice to see everybody walking around, and more people getting involved and interactive. And I really like the process that we have set up. All the way down to the bathrooms, how we do the lights on the bathrooms and things like that, and getting things sanitized. So I think we've been, as an administrative staff, I think you guys done an outstanding job getting prepared. I think we are above and beyond. What is it? A little bit of overkill? Is that what they say when you go to war?
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of overkill, which is a good thing, because you want to be preventative. I'm that type of coach. I'm that type of official. When I go out and umpire and things like that, I try to be preventative of certain situations. So that's great. And so I think it's been outstanding. I think we got the ball rolling in the right direction, and I think hopefully if everything continues to work out well, hopefully we'll have all the kids back in the next semester and try to get back to some more normalcy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I think, as a school system, we always have to go kind of over conservative in some of these protocols just to make sure, because it's kind of like in school, you always shoot for an A, but you're hoping at least if you don't hit the A, you hit the B or even the C mark. So we got to hit above and beyond. So if we come up a little bit short, we're still safe.
Feel good.
So what are, just really quickly, because you're in a unique situation, unlike a lot of classroom teachers, since you're in weightlifting, you do have kids there. What are some of the things you do in your classroom that make sure that they're keeping safe?
I mean, some of the things you mean far as when they do come back?
Yes.
Talking about the students that are in the weight room. Well, things we definitely try to. Me and the PE department have gotten together and working with Ms. Needs and Coach Barlow has been awesome. I mean, because we communicate all the time, whether it be through text message or in person. So that's great. It's great to be on a staff and part of a team that has such a strong line of communication. So in our line of communication and doing our meetings, just basic PE meetings, we have set up some protocols, that we go by. So having those protocols set up as far as we always say, down here in the PE department, just always remember the right, entering the right door, exiting the right door. So most of our entrance ways have 2 doors. So we always tell our kids, if you're going to enter into a building, go into that right door, and to make sure they exit out of a different door, always go to that right, So that's helped us a little bit. Inside of the weight room, we just try to make sure guys, are staying 6 foot apart. It does give us the opportunity to let guys work together. But we still do try to make sure they're staying 6 foot apart. I try to make sure I'm making sure I'm doing a lot more of the spotting, because that's a lot more of the times we're a little bit closer encounters. So I do have my shield and I do have my mask that I can wear. That allows me to get a little bit more closely encountered with the students, because we do start to sweat a little bit, and we don't want to cross-contaminate with the sweat as well as saliva and things like that. So, we also have kids, as soon as they finish lifting, everybody has a sanitation bottle at their station. So as soon as they finish lifting, while one student is changing the weights, the other student who just finished lifting is sanitizing their area and letting it dry, so that way it's prepared when the next person comes in and gets ready to lift. So it seems like we're going to run through quite a bit amount of sanitizer, but it's okay. The other day I had 2 bottles, and they're both only half full now, so that's fine. If that's what it takes in order for us to be able to reach that next level,
Yeah.
that's what we'll continue to do. But those are the things. We are not allowing any access to the to the locker rooms or things like that. We just think that's just a little too risky right now. Water fountains we're not using, just for refill purposes. So again, those are just some protocols that have been set up by us, the PE department, and the administrative staff as well, which has worked out great. And being that we've had a little bit smaller groups, it seems like it's been a little bit easier to control. So I think it's been, all positive, just from my aspect. And again, that's only from, like I tell my kids, I'm just a little old weight training coach and a little football coach. So that's just from my aspect. It doesn't mean a whole lot, but I think the ball is rolling in the right directions. I have no complaints whatsoever. And, of course, you always know if there's any way that I can help or, be involved in any way, you just let me know.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, I know, Coach Spencer, we're coming up to the point where I know you got class coming. So I do want to appreciate for your time. Parents, folks, students, remember, we have the fundraiser going for the Yeti Cooler. Check out our website, the district website. The address for the Facebook site is there for the Yeti Cooler. So it's only $5. We do appreciate it. Coach Spencer, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And this is it for Educators Drinking Coffee this week. So I will see you next week for the next episode. And you have a good one.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right.